Hello everybody, it's Mark Sage again, Executive Director of the Area Augmented Reality Enterprise Alliance. And I'm excited to be here with our latest Fireside Chat. And Fireside Chats are our way of getting the kind of industry experts to talk about what they're doing, how they see the industry, what problems they're solving, and anything else that we find it's useful at the time. So Alicia, welcome to the Area Fireside Chat. Thank you very much. And I know you've been CEO and founder of Avrio Analytics, which the area has actually done some work with in terms of our 12th research project. But today we're going to talk about your kind of company and what you're doing at the moment. So please tell us a little bit about Avrio Analytics and your journey in setting up the company.
Perfect. Well, thank you for having me, Mark. I appreciate it. And very happy to be an area member as well. And so I co-founded Avrio in 2016, focusing on leveraging data science and machine learning for more effective outcomes. Through our clients, we found augmented reality to be an excellent tool for driving data-driven training. It was through this development and, of course, many customer interviews that we developed a specific products that focus on first responder training and specifically emergency management training.
And I've been lucky enough to actually try out some of the tools, and they are amazing. It kind of really gets you into that environment, or that, it's the kind of thing you don't really want to do in real life. I know, organizations do that, but is that kind of the life, making it very lifelike, something that you were really kind of focusing on?
So we wanted it to be something that was much more immersive, looking for a better type of training that was quantifiably better. And so because we have a team of machine learning experts, we know that these types of devices are collecting a ton of data. We kind of, jumped on that tool to then say, okay, training is what it is, but how can you make it something that people want to do and they actually become better every time they use it?
Yeah, well, that's great. Thank you. So I know, and as I said, I've been lucky enough to try it out. You're doing some amazing work with the US DOE agencies, particularly, I know, in the nuclear sector. So kind of how mature are their AI use cases, and what kind of problem, perhaps in a little bit more detail, are you solving for them?
So this is a great question. I love this question because we see a lot of variability and maturity of products across the DOE, especially in the broader federal space. And there are many definitions of maturity. And so the definition of maturity that we focus on that matters here is the organization realizing a tangible ROI? Is there a benefit to this technology? And how invested is the organization into changing their current forms of training to implement the augmented reality platforms? So the problem that we're solving across the board are about situational awareness in health and safety and emergency management, specifically for high risk, low occurrence events. So to dive in more specifically about this, we have deployments that range from a proof of concept to production applications, and even commercial off-the-shelf products that across these groups. When it comes to that question of maturity, beyond the technical definition, we are seeing that while you can deliver on a production application in augmented reality, if the organization isn't aligned behind its use, that you can miss that key metric of ROI. So for example, we have production deployments that I would actually label as immature due to the organization, all the way through to proofs of concept, where already the government organization we're working with is finding tremendous ROI even before it's going through production. So one of those big roles we have with these organizations is helping them obtain this maturity. That includes helping them find those use cases where ROI is material and how they can align their workflow behind it.
That's amazing. And I guess there's lots of work that goes into that. So to follow on to that question, then, can you talk a little bit about what the benefits of your kind of customers and agencies are gaining, but also as a second part to that, the challenges that you kind of have to help them overcome to successfully deploy AI solutions, particularly in their environments?
Yeah, there's a huge tangible benefit here. And so augmented reality really helps to create better training. Just flat out, there's more data behind it, there's more key metrics. Another benefit that they get because of using augmented reality is that our law enforcement officers can physically touch things. They want to touch the area that they're in, touching the doorknob, touching the officer in front of them. Seeing their face and their reactions is very important to their training. what we do is we mock a controlled, safe environment that simulates the stress of an actual event. So, concretely, we are seeing biometric response that's closer to a physiological response of an actual event in augmented reality without the risk of safety. And so that's a huge benefit there. So the same drills, the other benefit there is time. So the same drills that would have taken really months to plan and prepare and a full day to run through can now take minutes. So they're getting such a biometric response to this, a better form of training that's tangible. But of course, as you mentioned, there are challenges with everything. And so some of the ones that we have seen that kind of hit you head on is that initial investment. Um, it's the hardware for this type of technology is expensive, and that's not something you can just bypass. There's a significant benefit for the augmented reality headset. That to be said, you also have to now convince people to put on a device, which is a challenge. So that means that your value prop has to be crystal clear and verifiable. And it's this new technology where you have to teach the clients what it is. So we have found that a lot of our clients that we go out and speak to don't even know what augmented reality is or the benefits, which, to be honest with you, is why groups like Area are so important. It's that messaging and that learning of what the value can be for this new type of technology.
Yeah, it's amazing that being able to get as many people, I say, under the helmet or into the kind of environment makes a world of difference. And as the devices get cheaper, easier to deploy, a wider range of that, we know that the ecosystem's only going to grow. So, but thank you for being one of the leaders in this space. Thank you for being able to show, what can be done. As I said a number of times, I've actually seen this in a real life experience, and it's amazing. It's certainly much better than being in these environments in real life, which you really don't want to experience as well. So, Alicia, look forward to having you back on a Fireside Chat, and we'll be able to talk a little bit more and show some of your stuff. But in the meantime, thank you very much, and thank you for all your work, and look forward to speaking to you again very soon.
Perfect. Thank you for having me.